We are a diminished crowd, but not diminished in the quality of the poetry. We're now going to reprise our two-woman show that we debuted at the Chorlton Arts Festival special of Stirred. And the first poems we're writing, we've written them already. The first poems that we're reading are poems about each other, and Becca's going to start with her one about me.
We wrote a lot of these from the Something Every Day.
Oh no, it's NaPoWriMo that we did.
Oh, was it? Sorry, my bad. NaPoWriMo, so we wrote a poem a day for a month, and we uploaded our results to the website. And this is one of mine, called Book Counting. She is busy counting her books. Bookcases bulge from the walls, muttering, "Read me," insinuating their fiction into the fabric of her life. The sofa spills over like the mouth of a mythic creature. Words, words, words on the floor, garrulous. She has grown novels in the plant pots on the windowsill of the kitchen, nurtured them with the dregs of the red wine bottles, spent time identifying the different meanings of numbers, the personalities of buildings. People's laundry on their balconies have told her their knowledge of their owner, their skin-to-skin sibilance in the breeze, tangling vowels and knickers. She has been gossiping between the covers, exchanging significant looks, hand-making trousers from a curtain, counting her books. Anna's gonna read one about me.
Mine has much less of a tidy metaphor, but there we go. This is called Becca. Prefers borrowed jumpers from loved ones over new. Some perceived remembrance of embraces in the fibres. Filches hats too, given half a chance. Over-generous with love in public and meatballs. Plaits hair beautifully, but without asking. Giving and loving, while keeping at least one door locked. Is panic-stricken if she hasn't picked up a pen in 2 weeks. Always fears she's written her very last poem. Then buys a book on Goya and scrawls in the spaces around old masters. I laugh and understand.
We both wrote about Anish Kapoor, the sculpture artist at Manchester Art Gallery.
Yeah, it was very recent. It ended in June, and it was these wonderful sort of abstract body shapes in sand and wax and all kinds of things. Jackie Hagan got in trouble for touching the red sand. Ooh. But yeah, there were these sort of wonderful parts of bodies, but without kind of giving off any kind of idea of dismembered women. They were very respectful body parts, and we both really loved them. So you read yours one.
This one's called Anish and the Moon. There was a stone in the lake, and the moon in my hand. There was a stone in my hand, and the moon in the lake. I threw the stone, and it became the moon as it solidified in the water's space, its mirror, a world of twisting creatures, all skin and thin water bodies. I threw the moon, and it became a stone, a pitted, rough-hewn chunk as real as touch, its presence vacuous. The miracle is not the clear skin of my eyes, but the point at which clouds cross my sight. I see the shapes of my mind sail past. This box of a world, translucent with fact, with lies, with the truth of a lie that makes you think twice. Boxed up world, shadow lure. And Anna's poem about Anish, she's called Void, which is based on a specific art piece which brings back her homeland.
Yeah, the piece was this huge bowl covered in raw pigment that looks like velvet. And as you already know, I'm from down south where the land is very flat and the sky is very large and bowl-like. So that's where this came from. I imagined that this is like being inside the song Blue Velvet. Dark as 50s crooners, silencing as drinking ink, flows in my nose and ears and mouth, not suddenly, but with permission. I could crawl inside it and sleep soundly, dreamless, I imagine. It's those night storm micing in ripened corn, dizzy and tipsy, drinking from the bowl sky. I can even put in the stars it's lacking. It's given me that August Norfolk night in jagged Manchester. Drink it in, and you will see why sometimes I can't breathe in this city. I have never felt so much myself, so much a part of all the world as there. No hustle, just stork sounds, owl and batwing. You can almost hear things growing.
Just choosing, it's fine. I wrote this one, and Anna then helped me workshop it. It's called Rape Case on Valentine's. I don't remember the weather, but a Manchester day, definitely drizzling. And although I read about you, I do not know your name. Just a paragraph in a newspaper, 4 lines. I think of how in a year's time you'll face that day, how each of your years now hold that memory. And I want to create for you a stock of new feelings that you can wear like scarves. As children delve into piles of autumn leaves, kick them up at the curb, so you will kick at this stock of thoughts, be showered by their security, a sauna to steam away all dirt. Dusk in Northumberland.
Yeah, this one, as we heard Tony Walsh talking about the women in his life, this was about one of the men in my life, who was my father. And this is about one of his photographs, because he was a great photographer. Dusk in Northumberland. I cannot throw away this faulty photograph. Wonder if mother peeled off that oval sticker, the one I remember. Boots' pronouncement of defects, on red eyes, on the ghosts of double exposures, now half forgotten. Framed by the stone walls scaling hills, I didn't know that my great-grandfather built, or the skill that made them stand without cement. The photograph is me. I know my tiny figure wrapped up in that pale pink and blue cloth kit's jacket, with the stuffed monkey in the pocket. The little red kite, string taut, proof of the wind that day. Cloud is most of the photo, the tail of the kite trailing left the brightest flash. I am but a smudge, a pale corona of hair, a bundled figure caught in motion. I can only guess the time of year from the dark grass of the field I am running on. You wouldn't see me unless this matters. It matters to me that in this fading light, he wanted to capture this, knowing it would be one of the last things he taught me. I barely remember that stony cottage. I remember the hills I climbed, the Roman wall walked, the bear brought to the top of the hill, fur wind buffeted as my anorak, the hills like a shaken sheet, unreal to a girl used only to the endless ruler horizon of Norfolk.
Well, we're going to end on longer pieces, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, so do you want to start?
Yeah, these are our howl-based pieces, as in They are linked to the poem by Ginsberg, as in inspired by rather than they are actual howls, as in that film Howl recently that was